photographer establishes a relationship, an intimate relationship between himself and whatever he's photographing, whether it's a can of beans, a landscape, or Greta Garbo.
And Edward Steichen, at 44, the most famous and the most expensive photographer in the world. His Vogue magazine pictures set the 20s style. He takes that age-old American pleasure and pride in salesmanship. Says he likes making pictures that talk to people, whether it's gowns to wealthy women, silverware to the newlyweds, or hand lotion to the housewife with dishpan hands.
Born in 1879 in Luxembourg, Edward Steichen is widely known for his commercial and fashion photography, as shown in the previous clip from the 1964 documentary Masters of Photography. If his name rings a bell but you don't recognize him from his commercial work, then perhaps you know of him for his curation of two major 20th century exhibitions originally held at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. The first is The Family of Man, a collection of over 500 photographs taken by 273 photographers from 68 countries. The 1955 exhibition, in Steichen's own words, was created in a passionate spirit of devoted love and faith in man. The second is The Bitter Years, a 1962 exhibition that displays over 200 photos taken by the Farm Security Administration photographers during the Great Depression in America as part of the documentary photography movement. While both of these were originally held in America, they are now housed in Luxembourg. The Family of Man has permanently resided in Clervaux Castle in Clervaux, the north of Luxembourg, since 1994. While The Bitter Years can be found at the Wasserturm and Palmhaus Gallery in Dudelange, in the south of Luxembourg. A collection of Steichen's own work, consisting of just under 180 photos, entrusted to Luxembourg by the man himself, can be found at the MNHA in Luxembourg City. To get to the heart of this video, we want to focus on Steichen's work long before The Family of Man, before The Bitter Years, Vogue, Vanity Fair, even before his World War I work, when he led the aerial photography division of the American Expeditionary Forces in France. What we want to briefly explore and offer to you is Steichen's work from his pictorialist years, and how we might take inspiration from pictorialism as a calming, perhaps more meditative and accessible style of art to try out during these stressful times.
The pictorialists, as they became known, intervened in the photographic process by smearing Vaseline on their lenses, or in the darkroom afterwards by scratching the negative, or painting chemicals on their prints to simulate brushstrokes. The aim was to make photography a handmade process, like the other arts.
The pictorialist photographs looked like art, quite literally. They looked like paintings. This hands-on process brought photography back to the older traditions of handmade art and sort of satisfied that question, at least for the moment, that photography was made by a machine. No, it clearly wasn't. It needed human intervention in order to really become art.
Unlike the style he went on to work with, Steichen's earlier use of pictorialism gave his photographs hazy atmospheres, ambiguously lit and fuzzy with added brushstrokes and effects. The landscape scenes, taken under the moonlight, have a certain dreamlike quality that is nowhere to be found in the straight and commercial photography he used years later. For the pictorialists, the aim was to purposefully and obviously manipulate photos to give them the crafted feel of a work of art. This was to combat the critics and skeptics who said photography couldn't be an art form. In a time where our news feeds are saturated with images of our harsh reality, and we're bombarded left and right with one photo after another, maybe we should pause and take a moment to look back at a movement like pictorialism, and how they went about thinking about photography as an art form. Maybe we could take the time to look at or take photos and craft them into works of art, art that can offer us a calm, dreamy escape and an enjoyable exercise to experiment with. Though we're all stuck in quarantine at the time of this video, and you may not feel like or be able to go out and take new photos, look through your phone gallery for photos from better times pre-quarantine. There are lots of drawing and painting tutorials on offer at the moment, and though this isn't one of them, if you're not confident in your drawing or painting skills, then give the suggestions we're about to offer a go. Using filters and photo editing apps, try to emulate the atmosphere of one of Steichen's images in this video. Or, if you have a printer, print out one of your own photos in black and white and use water, Vaseline, paint, ink, whatever medium you like, anything to manipulate the ink from the printer to mimic the pictorialist style. If you're not too interested in trying out these activities, but you are interested in Edward Steichen's work, then see the links in the description for more information.